This is the OS we all fell in love with, at least I did. The menus were easy to navigate, consistent, and everything felt like it had a purpose. We all remember the meaningful customization, nice models, and the generally polished design. Well, fast forward to 2024 and we're left with whatever obnoxious garbage that is. Think about it. From a gorgeous operating system that would remain in history as well-made and forward-looking, to corporate buzzwords assembled together into a mess of overlays and awfully designed menus. It only leaves one thing to ask: how did we even get here? For the impatient bunch of you, the answer is very simple. Times were different. Take a man from the middle of Slovakia in 2005 and tell them that someone 15 years later would spend more than €100 a month to watch some random movies. He would look at you like you were crazy. Reality is, back then we were used to actually owning stuff. People were willing to pay for a Windows license, even if it was through shady local stores. Microsoft knew that very well, hence why there were no ads deeply embedded into the operating system. After Windows XP, they released Vista and 7. Windows 7 was basically Vista with driver adjustments and some new stuff. I still remember how amazed I was when I upgraded. The UI was even better. The Aero theme was genuinely the best desktop theme I had ever seen. Everybody loved it, I'm not alone on that one. And what do they do with all of this good attention? They blow it completely. Introducing Windows 8, including a store crippled with useless UWP apps that use an API that barely works, no obvious way to use the start menu, tablet-oriented design nobody asked for, a bunch of ads in an already paid operating system. They tried to fix it with Windows 8.1, but it was just the same thing with a new start menu button, so very few people gave it an actual chance. In my opinion, all it is a skinned-down corporate version of Windows 7. Remember, this was an era companies felt like desktop tablets would be popular. Disgusting. And then we go to Windows 10, which a lot of people, including me, learned to love. It started with incredibly buggy drivers, but steadily improved to what we know today. It features a lot of ads, annoying updates, and a pretty intrusive antivirus. But if you ignore all of that and install the Pro version, you're pretty much good. The UI here is not the best, but it's usable. Simple menus, a partial dark mode. There is some technical depth, but if you don't go to these control panel pages frequently, you're fine. I mean, I wasn't complaining when they said it would be the last version of Windows. Until it wasn't. Maybe their stock prices were falling, or maybe the chemical imbalance of Bill Gates' hormones led to this. Whatever it was, it brought us this absolute atrocity of an operating system, Windows 11, featuring inconsistent, chunky-looking menus, obnoxious pre-installed software, and more that everybody is already talking about everywhere on YouTube. Windows 10 used to be usable after uninstalling a few stuff. Now there is an actual need for scripts, registry changes, and other stuff just to make the OS usable. Their new completely useless antivirus technologies destroy CPU cycles to the point where my i9 was suffering noticeable drops in performance. I can't even imagine old PCs trying to deal with that. Drivers are basically carbon copies of Windows 10 ones, and the damn overlays, man, literally. I'm sometimes wondering, did they run out of good low-level developers? Because they hired a bunch of C# graduates with very little prior experience to develop these widgets. The kernel hasn't changed since 2012. For instance, that's when Windows 8 was released. Oh god, what is this? Apparently, people are okay with their OS automatically taking unencrypted screenshots every 5 seconds and analyzing them. Well, it used to be opt-out too. Okay, change of scenery. I'm not surprised, like, at all. They almost have the monopoly over desktop PC usage, don't financially depend on Windows at all, and can make as many controversial decisions as they please. With all manufacturers, software developers, and non-techie people on their side, there's really not much anybody can do about it. If you enjoyed this small historical breakdown and would like to see more, please drop a subscribe. Here are my socials in case you're interested. Until the next one, stay safe everybody.